Right now on Apple Valley News Now live at 5, our crew was on the ground in Selah where a massive fire destroyed multiple structures, prompting level 3 evacuations. Plus, the Port of Pasco is increasing accessibility. We'll tell you about the project that's making it all possible. Later, more working families are turning to food banks. We'll tell you how Second Harvest is thinking local in their approach to fighting hunger. And meteorologist Josh Colbreth tracking high fire danger.
Yeah, that's right, Austin. The wind shaking the camera in Yakima. We've already seen one fire start in the Yakima Valley. Today, I'll show you the chances for fire starts for the rest of this evening coming up on Apple Valley News Now at 5, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
And a very good evening. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday, middle of the week. It's July the 9th. I'm Austin Reed. Wendy Redman is on assignment. All right, we're going to start with First Alert Weather and Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth in for Stacy tonight. So Josh, take it away.
Yeah, Austin, well, we are, of course, we have a First Alert weather day for this evening. It runs through 2 a.m. Thursday, technically, but the same ingredients are going to be in place. The wind's going to be strong, peak gusts between 30 to 50 miles per hour, and the vegetation is critically dry out there. Winds rocking and rolling right now, mostly coming out of the north and west. Peak gusts, well, the strongest wind gusts today in the Kittitas Valley have been closer to 45, 50 miles per hour, but those winds driving the fire in Selah earlier today, these are going to persist throughout the rest of this evening, and they're going to wrap up around 2 a.m. this morning. Relative humidity, it's definitely not the driest air we've ever seen, but when the vegetation is so dry, when the winds are so strong, this really doesn't matter all that much. So for tonight, very mild overnight lows down into the 50s and 60s. And then for tomorrow, it's actually going to be a cooler day, but still seasonal and still toasty at the peak of daytime heating. So we're going to end up in the 80s and 90s. Bottom line for the forecast, a bit cooler, but still seasonal for tomorrow. Another pivot on Friday and then more triple-digit heat as we head into Saturday and then beyond. And forecast staying pretty dry. But very quickly, let's touch on that fire, the Hillcrest and Wixon fire that was burning in Selah earlier today. It's now 100% contained. It was stopped at 7 acres, but definitely some carnage from this one. And with more on that, send it back to the anchor desk.
All right, Josh, the Selah Fire Department did respond to that fire in the area of Wixon Park today. It started just before 9:30 this morning. Let's take a look at the video. Dispatch records show structures were threatened, prompting level 3 go now evacuation orders to nearby residents. Air support and additional heavy equipment were ordered to help containment. 3 homes were severely damaged or destroyed, and a 4th threatened. This fire burned approximately 17 acres and was finally contained by around the noon hour. We also now know that Selah Fire says they are looking into if this fire was suspicious. So if you know anything, do contact police. Other news into a follow-up. 2 juveniles are now in custody after a deadly shooting in Pasco. Police say shots were fired just after 9:30 Sunday night on North 6th Avenue. When officers arrived, they found an 18-year-old man, later identified as Paul Jacobo, with a gunshot wound. Officers attempted life-saving measures, but the man died at the scene. A massive search followed with drones and a canine team deployed, but the suspects got away that night. Pasco police announced the arrests of 2 juvenile suspects in connection to the shooting. The investigation, though, will continue. New tonight, College Place police have arrested a man accused of using a drone for voyeurism near Walla Walla University. The investigation began after repeated reports of a drone flying near the woman's dorm. Reports that date back to, get this, early 2024. Security recovered a crashed drone on campus, and police say data from that device led them to a suspect. Photos from the drone showed women in private moments, including inside dorms and neighboring homes. Officers served a search warrant Tuesday at a home on Northeast Tremont Drive, where they arrested 60-year-old Ross Wright. Wright is now facing 2 felony counts of first-degree voyeurism. Police also seized data storage devices, and they say more charges could be coming. Now to Northern Oregon. You know, living in a desert climate, golf courses require careful and precise maintenance. New at 5, Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable spoke with the superintendent for Wild Horse Golf Course in Pendleton about how courses are maintained in this heat.
Over 7,000 yards long, with 5 lakes and 66 sand bunkers, the Wild Horse Golf Course is a man-made course built on the Umatilla Indian Reservation in Pendleton. In season, the grounds crew team is made up of 19 people to keep the course in pristine condition.
You know, to cut the grass at 95 thousandths of an inch like we do out here, it takes specialized training, and so those guys are people you never see.
Being in the dry parts of a Columbian basin, this is a golf course that requires a lot of water and irrigation to maintain the course's level.
Water is precious, and we treat it that way, and so we manage our water to use what we absolutely need, but not to exceed. So a good example is a windy day like today. We might have a few sprinklers running in places where we had some dry spots.
Using a computerized system from the course's personal weather station, they are able to measure the conditions of the turf and grass. Portable moisture meters are also used to measure the saturation in the ground, using hose water by hand until it reaches the right level in order to use only the required amount of water necessary. All of this water comes from the ground, with wells below the course that go about 1,000 feet deep. The intensity of the maintenance for the Wild Horse Golf Course is building as they get ready to host major events that will draw people from all over the country.
What we do here on a daily basis is really try to have a tournament-ready golf course, always at Wild Horse.
The Epson Tour is set to take place from August 15th to 17th. Reporting in Pendleton, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Jake, thank you for that. He also says the height of the grass is a large factor in how much water is used. Fairways are cut shorter, requiring more water. This can apply to watering your own lawn at home, with cutting your lawn 2 to 3 inches high as being ideal for water conservation. Other news now, the Port of Pasco is moving forward with plans to expand rail access at the Ryman Industrial Center, and they've just opened the bidding process for the project. The Industrial Center has been a top priority for the Port of Pasco for years. The port initially purchased 160 acres for the creation of the park, with Darigold becoming its first tenant. Now they're looking to add rail service to the area. The project, estimated at over $6 million, will be built on property just off of Railroad Avenue. It will connect BNSF's existing tracks to the Ryman Center, making the site more accessible for industrial use.
We work really closely with BNSF to allow us to do a project like this. It's not something that happens overnight, so it's taken years of forming that relationship and then having them also see the benefit.
The contract is expected to be awarded in the next couple of months. The application deadline is July the 29th. Turning to continuing coverage, search and recovery continues in Kerr County, Texas. Officials today saying at least 150 people are known to be missing, with the confirmed death toll currently at 119. Mary Bell Gonzalez is in Kerrville, Texas, as emergency management leaders face increasing scrutiny over claims crucial public warnings may have been delayed.
It's an all hands on deck. Everybody we got are out here, but also we have additional 2,000 plus people helping us.
With each passing day, the death toll and number of missing grow painstakingly higher.
Nothing is going to change for us. We're going to continue to search and look to try and reunite families.
The delicate, emotionally taxing operation made more difficult, officials say, by onlookers.
People coming here from outside the community and people within the community who want to go sightsee.
We are using very heavy equipment, excavators, skid loaders. We are looking for anything of a sign of a person that may be within this material.
There's also a search for answers over the county's handling of the emergency. Kerr County's sheriff pressed today over a local news report that a code red warning requested by a local fire commander was delayed for hours.
The dispatcher says, I have to get a supervisor's approval for that. Almost 6 hours passes until 10 o'clock, when 10:04, when the code red is issued. How do you account for that lapse of time.
We're going to get that answer. And I know that's going to be asked over and over. Please understand that. We're not running, we're not going to hide from everything. That's going to be checked into at a later time. I don't know that time.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who toured the devastated area yesterday, said the emergency alert system will be addressed during a special session of the state legislature later this month. In Kerrville, Texas, I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
And following this newscast, ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir will have continuing coverage of flash flooding now in New Mexico. Stay with us at 6 as our meteorologist Josh Colbreth goes in depth on the local response to weather emergencies as the Trump administration cuts personnel, I should say. All right, now to making a difference. The city of Grandview has a new addition to its police force, and he's got 4 legs and a tail. Meet Cash, Grandview Police Department's first canine officer. Cash came from a canine training facility in Alabama and completed narcotics training with his handler. He can detect meth, cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl. Police say he'll help combat the rise in overdoses across the community.
Seems to continue to rise. The Grandview Police Department is committed to the safety of our community and doing everything in our power to make sure that our community is safe and that everyone in our community can live a happy life. And the first step to that is actually being safe. So we got this program started so that we can actually combat that on the patrol level and actually get drugs off of our streets.
Grandview police say Cash will help with traffic stops, warrants, and area searches as well to get those drugs off the streets. Our news at 5 is just getting started. Coming up, a big donation for CBC thanks to Battelle today. Just how much money are we talking? Before we head to break, just into the Apple Valley News Now Forecast Center, a new wildfire has broken out. Where is this, Josh?
Yeah, Austin, this is the Smith Fire. This is burning off the 700 block of Smith Road to the north and to the east of Walla Walla. It is 30 acres. Here's Smith Road. Here's Middle Waitsburg Road. And here is, I believe that's Wagner Road. We'll have more information on the other side of the break.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
Something big is coming to Wild Horse Resort and Casino. He's elusive, he's famous, and there's a $120,000 Bigfoot bounty out for him this July and August. Spin the prize wheel for cash, free play, or the Bigfoot Bounty Progressive that increases each spin until it's won every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then on July 26th, one of 3 lucky Bigfoot trackers takes home $15,000 in cash. Come catch Bigfoot. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
It's the summer sales event. Great time to buy. Nice weekend, Hank?
Spectacular. Took the family camping, courtesy of Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. Morgan?
Baseball tournament. My Explorer at the Homeland Field.
How about you two?
Mud bath.
Get 0% APR financing with 0 down and 0 payments for up to 90 days on select Ford vehicles. Plus, get a complimentary maintenance plan for 2 years.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
Federal job cuts could impact wildfire season. See Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Our news at 5 continues in Richland. Science and technology nonprofit Battelle is giving a record gift to a Tri-Cities college. Battelle has been part of the Pacific Northwest National Laboratory for 60 years. The donation is Battelle's largest gift to the Tri-Cities during that time period. The Community STEM Learning Center will be put in an old high school building on Columbia Basin College's Pasco campus. CBC is receiving over $3 million to create this Community STEM Learning Center in the unused building. It'll start soon as far as the construction goes, opening to the public hopefully by next year.
So the money will be used initially to help us get that building renovated and up to par to where it needs to be able to host the center. It will also be the resources we need to be able to hire the inaugural director and the staff to get the center up and running. It will also provide all of the funding to be able to get the equipment and all of the materials that will be needed to outfit that center.
The building has operated as a utility space for the college over the past decade and will now add to CBC's STEM resources, which already include a planetarium and observatory. Renovations for the Learning Center are expected to start soon. I attended today's announcement, and I'm going to have a full report on this coming up new at 6 o'clock. Turning to local living, with food insecurity on the rise in Washington state, Second Harvest in Pasco is helping get food to families all across our region. Second Harvest Inland Northwest has been serving Washington and Pasco and Spokane for 53 years. They distribute food to more than 250 hunger-fighting programs and agencies across 26 counties in North Idaho and eastern Washington. The organization also partners with local growers in eastern Washington to provide fresh produce to those in need. However, the director of community partnerships says that a growing trend he sees is more and more working families turning to food banks for help.
And one of the things our partners on the front line have really noticed is there are more working families who are having to access food banks and food pantries, and we absolutely recommend that people do it.
For more information on Second Harvest Inland Northwest, go to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Well, we are continuing to monitor this new fire that's burning to the northeast of Walla Walla, the Smith Fire, burning off the 700 block of Smith Road. It's 30 acres. This is Middle Waitsburg Road, this is Wagner Road, and this is Smith Road. So if we have further updates, we'll continue to provide those. Okay, just to reiterate, vegetation is critically dry in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin and for all of our lower elevations. And you factor in the wind gusts we could have through the rest of this evening through 2 in the morning on Thursday. Peak gusts around 45 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, 40 miles per hour in the Morrow County foothills, points in between 25 to 40 miles per hour. So still, fires could start or spread very quickly in these conditions. For tonight, mostly clear skies. Could have a few showers left over in the Cascades, but to the east of there, we're certainly going to be dry. And overnight lows will be mild with 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 40s in the Cascades and 40s and 50s in the Blues. Then for tomorrow, it's going to be a mostly sunny day, and it's going to be slightly cooler, definitely not cool though, with 80s and 90s for the valleys, basin and foothills, 60s up in the Cascades and 60s and 70s in the Blues. Now for tomorrow, the vegetation dryness is going to go down a tick, back down to just elevated levels of dryness for the same locations. And the wind gusts not going to be as strong either. So it still could be a little bit breezy across the map, especially it's still going to be windy in the Kittitas Valley. We're not as concerned with fire starts for tomorrow. That potential is not going to be zero, but it's not going to be as high as it is today. And the winds are picking up because we will be cooler as we head into tomorrow, then a pivot for Friday, and then back up around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities for Saturday through Wednesday. That would place us at about 10-ish degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. So a deeper dive into Sunday will be around 100 to 105 in the lower Columbia Basin, but for all of our lower elevations, 95 to 105 is a pretty safe bet. And Wednesday is looking like it could be that secondary peak of this heat wave. I have a gut feeling that there are going to be additional first alert weather days. No rainfall in the forecast over the next 7 days. You factor that in with the heat, and our vegetation is going to be in a pretty tough spot next week. So I have a feeling fire danger will go back up once again. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Low 90s Thursday, mid 90s on Friday, then highs hover around 100 degrees Saturday through Wednesday. In Yakima, a brief dip down into the mid 80s tomorrow, then 90s, and perhaps some triple digits beyond that. In Ellensburg, another day of windy weather Thursday, but not as strong as today. More windy weather comes back around this weekend. In Hermiston, highs dip down to around 90 tomorrow, mid-90s Friday, then flirting with 100 degrees Saturday through Wednesday. Finally, for Walla Walla, we'll consider mid-80s a cool down for Thursday because it's all 90s Friday through next Wednesday.
All right. So are you surprised that we're now, we saw the fire in Sela earlier today. Now we're seeing conditions in Walla Walla. That's why you declared today a first alert fire day.
Yes, anytime we have strong winds and when the vegetation gets into that critical, there's that big map, it's got all the color coding. When we see red, that's bad. When we see red with very strong wind gusts, that's very bad. So I hate to say I told you so, but yeah.
Okay, and the day is still young.
Yes,
so
yes.
We're just starting the evening now. All right, thank you very much, Josh. Still ahead here on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5. A local family has nominated a hero credited for saving a local home on July 4th. That's coming up next in my Spotlight at 5, so stay with us.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
Hey there, cool cats and groovy gals. Looking for a place where the good times roll? Cruise into Town Square Adult Day Center in Kennewick, where the jukebox is jumping and the vibes are always good. Games, music, laughs, and a crew that treats you like solid gold. Way more fun than sitting at home watching the tube. Don't be a square. Make every day a blast from the past. Check out our early enrollment specials. Town Square Adult Day Center, where feeling young at heart is always in style.
Okay, bye.
I met a cute poodle outside.
Oh, really?
She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free. That can't be true.
Sure it is. When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free.
Free?
Yeah. You don't pay us a penny unless we win for you.
That's doggone crazy.
Hello? Yeah, sure. That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
We're back, baby.
Yes.
Grandma, he smells really good.
Name something your mate's booty has in common with the basketball.
It bounces.
Celebrity Family Feud season premiere Thursday on ABC.
Welcome back to the news at 5. In tonight's Spotlight, a community hero who jumped into action during a holiday emergency.
What? What just happened?
Yeah, so over the 4th of July weekend, a family in Pasco was out of town camping with no cell service when a fireworks accident sparked a fire in their backyard. Flames from burning mulch and pool flooring grew as high as 6 feet, visible from Sandifer Parkway. But that is when Nick Garcia happened to drive by and didn't think twice. He jumped the family's fence, grabbed their garden hose, and put out the fire before it could reach the house. A neighbor later caught him on a Ring camera, which you just saw, still working to make sure the flames were fully out. There he is right there. The damage is estimated at $1,700, but thanks to Nick, it didn't turn into something far worse. Tonight, he is in the spotlight for being exactly the kind of neighbor we all hope to have. All right, if you have an idea for the spotlight, send me an email. It's easy, areed@applevalleyNewsNow.com. We're going to have your reason to smile and a final look at your forecast when we come on back.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Weekdays at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demands to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Appliances that spark joy and big savings. Come check out all LG appliances on sale and in stock this Independence Day at Fred's Appliance. From induction ranges to dishwashers to washers and dryers and so much more. You'll find explosive and exclusive sales on all LG appliances this 4th of July. Save 30% with our truckload savings on this LG refrigerator, now just $15.99. Plus, save up to $500 with an additional Fred's exclusive Buy More, Save More rebate.
I'm Eduardo Morfin. Morfin Law Firm thanks you for 5 years of support. Remember, when choosing an attorney, select a local attorney that supports your local community.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Federal job cuts at the National Weather Service could leave the Northwest vulnerable this wildfire season. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert reports on how this could impact your family's safety. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demands to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
Apple Valley News Now viewer Alan Rither of Richland.
We really appreciate Apple Valley News Now being on the air. It's more a part of our community.
We love hearing from viewers. Email comments at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Next ET, Liam Payne's final TV project. We're with his co-star Nicole Scherzinger. Plus, the new era of Superman with DC's new trio and super zaddies.
That's perfect.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
All right, first reason to smile.
Yes, let's go ahead and take a look at a reason to smile. This comes from Kim. Beautiful clouds last night in Richland. I would say that's an alto cumulus if I had to take a guess. But the sun illuminating that, a deep shade of blue behind that. So thank you so much to Kim from Richland. All right, a very strong here as we're going to talk about some wildfires now. Just one in particular, this Smith fire that's burning to the northeast of Walla Walla, 30 acres. It's nestled in between, that would be Middle Waitsburg Road and Wagoneer Road. I was saying Wagner Road, but it's Wagoneer Road. So 30 acres, no containment as of yet. We'll continue to keep a very close eye on it. First alert weather day continues through 2 in the morning on Thursday because of the potential for large fire starts. It's dry and it's windy. that's a lethal combination.
All right, and we're going to be back at 6 with more coverage.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us here at 5. World News coming at you next. I'm Austin Reed with Josh Colbreth, hoping your news is good news.